All right, fellas, competition time. Beat the pro. Let's go. All right, fellas, competition time. Beat the pro. Let's go. Okay, we're good on the drills for now. Let's make sure we're getting better every day.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, NBA fans. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson, and seated beside me, Kenny the Jet Smith, and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, it'll be the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Los Angeles Clippers at Staples Center. Checking out the Clippers, 6 wins in their last 10 games. They'd like to play even better. Tonight, a chance to add to their win total. Last season, the Cavs did not have the best record in the Eastern Conference. The Hawks did, but Cleveland did come out of the East and go to the NBA Finals. Shaq, as long as LeBron is there,
he's the best player on the planet. They have to be one of the favorites as long as they keep that.
Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports.
This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Doris Burke will be reporting from the sidelines. Looking at that last game for the Los Angeles Clippers, it was a win against the Pacers in Indiana. And, of course, that game going to overtime, a very exciting finish there, but they stayed strong to the end and pulled it off.
You could see it in that game, despite the odds going against them. Once it got to OT, they had that belief and resolve that they could win it.
And, Greg, sometimes we've seen it happen where the team that's supposed to be the underdog gets the game into OT, and then the momentum swings their way.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. J.R. Smith out there with King. And it's Thompson in at the 5 spot. Now here's Paul following the miss by Freak. Crawford drives in. Thompson with the rebound. And here are the Cavaliers. Their last game, a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
And in that game, guys, I mean, the beneficiary of what was some very lackluster defense being played against them.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking and disappointing how many free runs to the hoop they got.
Here's Smith. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
You know, it's always nice to get the easy look inside for your first points of the game.
It always seems to settle you down when you have some early success in the post.
Now here's King. Love kicks to Smith. It's a pick by Love. The drive by Smith. King outside. And another miss by Cleveland.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
You often hear athletes saying they do it for the fans, but with Freak, he really backs up his talk with his actions. And Clark, I've seen it firsthand. He's one of the more accessible and interactive NBA stars out there.
Yeah, I say he's walking the talk in that regard. I mean, he really looks out for his fans, appreciates them, respects them, understands them, engages with them. I think he's one of a kind in being sincere and genuine and looking after the fans.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Paul, no one around him.
They've had a cold start so far, just 1 of 5 from the floor here early.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Well, I had a chance to speak with head coach Doc Rivers. Of course, the conversation veered to the challenge of defending LeBron James, and he said there's not a lot of good options with him. He can really do it all. I think you just have to try and stay in front of him, and if he gets in close, you have to bring help. And guys, we've seen LeBron really force the issue as far as getting into the lane. We'll see how they do.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Green, the screen. 4 on the clock. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Green's got his first basket of the night.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
LeBron outside. Love with a wide open look. Another 3 for Cleveland.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Clippers trail by 4. Crawford dishes to Griffin. Screen by Smith. Griffin passes to Paul. And the foul called on Freak. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, he was boxed out and tried to get the rebound the only way he could.
Yeah, he got straight over the back and on top of him there, too. So nothing subtle about that one.
And the Clippers making a change here. Hollins has checked in. Cleveland also making some changes. Channing Frye's checked in for Tristan Thompson. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Smith. Paul kicks to Crawford. From deep. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Freak dishes to Fry. James against Green. King the pass to Fry. The open shot. Love. Again the Cavaliers score.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
Crawford kicks to Hollins. Pass to Green. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
solid work on the back end of that play.
Yeah, finished hard with 2 hands on the stuff.
Yeah, nothing extravagant, guys, but again, no need on that one.
Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
And let's check out the stats for Chris Paul. Over the last month, he has been spectacular. He's putting up about 17 points, 9 assists, and over 2.5 steals. What incredible numbers. He has been a beast.
Impossible to guard right now. When he's on a roll like this, there's not much you can do to stop him.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Bennett's checked in for Griffin. Augustine comes in for Jamal Crawford. And it's Williams in for Paul. The Clippers shooting their first free throws of the evening.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for. Around 80% on the season.
Yeah, in general, they've been very solid. I mean, free throw shooting isn't something they've had to worry about too much this season, guys.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Green kicks to Williams. Hits the jumper in space.
The mid-range jumper is a high percentage shot for him, and when he's got that much room, forget about it.
Freak dishes to Fry. To the middle. And he bangs it home with one hand.
And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
LA's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Williams passes to Augustine. Now here's Hollins, guarded by Fry. And here is Williams, coming off a solid outing against Indiana. Here's the floater, and he sinks the layup. Williams has got his second basket of the game.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
Here's King. Lays it in without an inch of room around him.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Now here's Williams. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Unloads from 13. Bank shot, no good.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to.
And earlier, Chris Paul told us about the depth of their roster. So important for any team. When your starters feel that good about their second unit guys, that's a heck of a asset that a team can have. And if you've seen Chris Paul cheering from the bench, you know that it's very, very true.
And Kevin, that's the kind of team that's always been so much fun to play on. Everybody's really pulling for one another, no matter who's playing. Even in practice, with that kind of a team, you tend to have more fun.
And off we go, a close game now starting the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
You always like it when your team doesn't settle for outside shots, and that's been the case here early on.
Yeah, I agree with you. They've done a nice job, Greg, working it low and not taking the easy way out on offense, keeping that pressure on the defense by going inside.
So on the floor for Cleveland, King is in at the point. Amon Shumpert is out there with Kevin Love. Then it's Thompson, and it's Temple in at the 2 guard. Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Lakers was just a man on a mission. He finished 21 points and was on the mark from deep, draining several threes. A bit of a surprise attack for him, as he is usually just regarded as a role player on his team.
All right, Doris, well, guys, coming off a performance like that has got to have him supremely confident right now.
No doubt. I guarantee he comes into today's game feeling there isn't anything he can't do on the floor.
Patience. Patience. Taking early threes is leading to long rebounds, which equal to transition points. Make the defense move. Let's pass a good shot for a great shot.
Leaderboard. You take a look
Let
at
the game
Williams,
come to you.
one of the league's best.
We're forcing the issue too much.
And, of course, Chris Paul. He's doing even better.
Well, if these guys can get to the line, there's not much question what the outcome's going to be. So it sort of prevents the D from being as aggressive as they'd like to be against them.
Yeah, because of their shooting ability, they get a little more space than the average point guard. Maybe they'll miss a shot from the floor, but if you send them to the line,
Those points are almost guaranteed. And a quick review, looking at some numbers here for Smith. He's averaging 14 points a game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a contribution.
Better than expected. He still has a ways to go, but I like what I'm seeing right now.
Screen by Smith. The pass to Williams. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. And as always, the mid part of the NBA season, quite a grueling part of the schedule. Right now, let's check out how the standings are shaping up in the East. You look at the Cavaliers, and not a surprise, really, to see them sitting there in the #1 spot in the conference. The excellent brand of basketball they've been putting on display lately has been terrific. And checking out Detroit, right on their heels and with their sights set on gaining ground.
And right now for the Cavaliers, a lot to live up to this season. And really, they have come through. It can be hard on a team when the expectations are that high, trust me. But it has not bothered them one bit.
Greg, you know, I think it's really fueled their fire. They want to be the alpha dog. They love everybody hunting them down.
Thompson with the bucket. And the Cavaliers lead by 1.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Temple can't get it to go.
And that's the shot he has to take.
Exactly. That's the right look. The decision was good. He just didn't execute.
Outside Williams. Picked by Griffin. And Williams, here we go. Here's Smith. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
Freak kicks to Smith. It's stolen by Smith.
I won't